ただいま。 焼きそば完成です。いただきます。うまー。癖になるソースとお肉の甘みと野菜のシャキシャキ感が最高です。もやしも美味しいな。今度は生姜と一緒に焼きそばいただきます。うん。ごちそうさまでした。
late in the morning, but I'm driving slow, crawling down this lonesome road away from home. Now I know better, so I sent you a letter. I said I'm coming home, I'm coming home, so stay a little while. And come on, baby, rest your head, lay yourself back down instead. You don't have to go right now, you can stay a little while. Lady, lady, lay back down, just till the morning comes around. Well, I'll be there by sunrise, so just stay a little while. You packed your things by now, and you said you were headed out. You'd given up on us in the place we called our home. But I'm gonna make it right, so I'm driving home tonight. Just lay yourself down easy, I'll be there in a while. Well, come on, baby, rest your head, lay yourself back down instead. You don't have to go right now, you can stay a little while. Lady, lady, lay back down, just till the morning
以上でよろしかったです。ありがとうございます。ごゆっくりどうぞ。
so just stay a little while. Love, lately I've been far from home. I'm here and then I'm gone, and it's driving you crazy. But now the open road is far away, Lord, I've come back home to stay with you a while. So come on, baby, rest your head, lay yourself back down instead. You don't have to go right now, you can stay a little while. Lady, lady, lay back down, just till the morning comes around. Well, I'll be there by sunrise, so just stay a little while. And come on, baby, rest your head, lay yourself back down instead. You don't have to go right now, you can stay a little while. Lady, lady, lay back down, just till the morning comes around. Well, I'll be there by sunrise, so just stay a little while. Won't you stay a little while? Oh, Lena, she's got eyes that shine through the thick of the evening. I love her till the break of day, till the morning moon is fading. Now the Delta sun is on the rise, and the mighty pines are swaying. Lena, she is by my side, for today there'll be no pardon. Elena, sweet Elena. Oh, Elena, won't you lay your body down? Oh, Elena, sweet Elena. Oh, Elena, how I long for you now. Taste of whiskey upon our lips while she dances in the stars.